Our next session will be on the topic of career advancement through Red Hat technologies, which is going to be delivered by Mr. Ramesh Padmanabhan, who is the director with Red Hat GLS India and SAARC. Let me just give you a few descriptions about Ramesh Padmanabhan. Ramesh Padmanabhan has over 25 years of experience in the IT industry. He's worked in companies including MNTI, Aptech, IIHT, Wipro, HP, QUINT, RPS, and now he's currently with Red Hat. He has started his career as a lecturer, moved on as a faculty tech head, center head, senior trainer, implementation specialist, POC specialist, delivery head, and later moved on to the sales job. For the last 15 years, he has been completely into sales and worked with in the capacity of country head, country manager, CEO, and director. His primary skills are customer focus, customer satisfaction, CSAT, on field, and never say no attitude for any challenging situation. He is also among the motivational speakers addressing several occasions in the IT industry. He believes in the attitude of do your basics right with hard and smart work. He insists on excellence, which has been his main reason for success. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Sujin. It was really a nice introduction. It was a little longer one. Yeah, first of all, I will put off my video and put on my presentation because I know everybody are sitting in different parts of the world, and network is also a little challenging off late. Of course, we are working with Airtels and Vodafones and Idea, Cellular, etc. But still, too many people on this virtual platforms and environments, so obviously we can expect there will be some challenge in the networks every now and then. So to make it easy, I'm just putting off my video. Okay, let me get on to my presentation. Can anybody confirm me that they're able to see my presentation as well as hear my voice clearly?
Yes, Ramesh, you're audible and your screen is visible.
Thank you very much. First of all, I want to thank Dr. Mendes, who is instrumental in this particular initiative, from IPSR, who is the director of IPSR as an organization. My friend Sijin, thank you very much. Jayman has put a lot of effort from IPSR again to put together all this. Gio Joseph, who is my colleague, Savita. So I want to thank all these people. First, apart from that, I also want to thank my college team, professors, lecturers, students, as well as the dean, the principal, or the HODs, whoever is instrumental in this particular event. It's difficult for me to call out all the names. I'm so sorry for that, but I'm sure I'll be very thankful for this occasion. Now, first of all, before I start my presentation, I want to request everybody with folded hands. We are passing through a pandemic, unprecedented situation. Please take care of yourself. Stay safe. Don't go out unless and until it's really essential. Use mask, maintain social distancing, and wherever possible, you can also use gloves and things like that. So this is my humble request that this is the current situation and we'll have to abide by this. Now, coming on to this virtual session, yes, I want to thank all the students and the faculty members who are attending today's event, because I know every day in, day out, you are teaching somewhere, you are attending some of the other classes, you are attending virtual sessions. Over and above, this is Red Hat session, one more session. So don't consider it as one more session. Let us see what's the value that we get from this particular entire opportunity. Here today, I know majority of the participants are from faculty members, HODs, etc. And we also have a few students, is what I understand from Dr. Mendes. In this particular presentation, I'll be covering what's there for students in the career while they are taking up with Red Hat technologies. Also, to all my faculty members, because they are going to be my ambassadors, they are going to be my extended arm. So to all of you, please understand what's that we are trying to say. And once you understand, if you have any questions, put it on the Q&A section, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. And once you are able to identify that this is the best way that we can work, you please pass on this communication on our behalf, on my behalf, because it's not possible for Red Hat alone to reach to every college. That's where you act as our prime contact as well as our ambassadors. That's the message that I want to pass on. So this is a brief profile. Now let's start with what's Red Hat. So what is Red Hat? Red Hat, the Lal Topi. So let us understand a little more. This company was started way back in 1993. 105 locations, 40 countries, 85 offices that we have. The total employee strength of Red Hat as a company is about 16,000, headquartered in Raleigh, which is in North Carolina, US, and our CEO, who is the current CEO, is Paul Cormier. So Red Hat is one of the largest enterprise open source company. Of course, it's not a largest company, but largest open source company. So what is the largeness of Red Hat? Between the number 2 and number 1, there is 10 times bigger. That means Red Hat Linux is 10 times bigger than any other nearest competition. You can see the gap, 10 times. So that is the difference. Okay, so more than 90% of the Fortune 500 companies today are working along with Red Hat products and Red Hat solutions. We have almost like 80 plus products or solutions, 60 plus courses, 45 plus certifications. Once upon a time, this company was called as an open source community company. Today, we are very proud to say that we are an enterprise company. So how we transitioned, what are these courses, what is this Fortune 500 companies, which industry is that we are working? Let us understand a little more, because when you want to buy a smallest of smallest product, you will think many a times. Now you are going to build a career under Red Hat. Obviously, you will have to think a little more. That's very, very important. So once upon a time, this company was called as a community company. That's what I was saying. Today, we are proud to say that we are working with more than 1 million projects. 1 million projects. Wow, that's really good. Very, very large, because it's almost like 10 lakhs plus. Starting from the products like CentOS or OpenStack or Apache, or it could be on the core OS, managing IQ, Ansible, virtualization, OpenShift, OpenStack, storage. Oh my God, it's large. It's huge. So all these projects are under the umbrella of Red Hat. Okay. So what is Red Hat? What type of company it is? What softwares they produce? Are they selling licenses? Are they selling products, or how is it? So we are primarily a software company. We don't connect with hardware. We don't have any hardware. So we still keep our open innovation labs as simple as a Red Hat community. People can join the open innovation labs, can contribute to the development of the product. That's what is the name open source. Open source means anybody, a group of people contributing in the development of a product or a technology. That's called open source. Closed source means a people from a community. It is not open. Anybody cannot. It's only people from that company. There is an R&D department. They develop the products, keep the brand, keep the firmware, and then only give a partial code accessibility to the public on a sales mode, because that's their proprietary. That's called as a closed source. So we are talking about open source. So this open source, open innovation labs are still available. We are having a consulting division. If somebody, every software that is available from Red Hat is free. So we only sell subscriptions. So that means if you want to take software, please take it free, download it from internet. And after that, when you are using, you have some problem, I cannot help you, sir. The moment you want our help, you please take our subscription. 1 year, we will help you in terms of implementation, in terms of any support, level 1, level 2, level 3 support with SLAs, even business critical functions. If you think that, no, I will still continue to use your support service, but I need consulting effort in driving a production environment. Yes, we do provide consulting services. If a particular organization says, I will still work with my free software, but can you train me on your products? Can you certify me on your products? Yes, that's what we do in the Red Hat training and certification. Okay, so what all products do you provide? Starting from the bottom, the base, which is called as a physical or a cloud infrastructure, we do provide support, including the enterprise license, it could be, or atomic host, storage, OpenStack, virtualization, OpenShift, containerization. Oh my God, any of these, we still do it. It could be developer tools, which is in the left-hand side. Yes, it could be on the JBoss or OpenShift or container development platforms, or it could be application lifecycle tools. Coming to the security, starting from Red Hat Registry, which is also called as kernel. Insights is another product. Ansible, automation, satellite, cloud. I mean, CloudForms alone is not available now because after IBM took over, CloudForms is obsolete from Red Hat and they work in a different model altogether. So this is what the Red Hat overall service as an organization functions. So I just mentioned Red Hat has taken over by IBM. That doesn't mean that Red Hat as a company is dissolved. No, Red Hat is still Red Hat. The reason here is, like, for example, when EMC took over VMware, VMware still remains as VMware. So on the same, and EMC is now taken over by Dell. Even then, VMware remains VMware. In the same concept, Red Hat remains Red Hat. Because why I'm explaining this part is, tomorrow you get certified on Red Hat, and after that, what happens to that certification? If IBM renames that Red Hat as IBM Hat, so then we will be in trouble. So that means that particular certificate may not have validation future. No, it's not like that. So Red Hat is still Red Hat. That's what I wanted to say here. So the learning services, whatever we are working, is primarily called as global learning services under Red Hat. We have about 4 products of verticals, we call it as, including Linux platform, DevOps, middleware, cloud computing. We have about 45 certifications, 60 courses. We are associated with more than 70 universities across India. So universities, when we tie up from Red Hat, it's called as an academy. We call it as Red Hat Academy. So sometimes universities, sometimes we also tie up with colleges. So 700 plus colleges that we are tied up, and we work with a partner community. So IPSR is one of our partner from the South India. So this is how we work from the Red Hat point of view. We also deliver trainings in the form of classroom training or on-site training, on-site for customers, classroom through our partners. This is the conventional Gurukul method, the old method. Of late, thanks to pandemic, it has given us opportunity to innovate, work virtually. Of course, it was there. I can tell you 90% of the trainings were used to happen in the classroom mode. 5 to 10% used to happen in the virtual mode. Now, today, if you ask me, we are doing 100% in virtual. We are completely digital organization. So even during this pandemic period, during the March, April month of second wave, we have been consistently delivering trainings on virtual mode. There are some pre-recorded video classroom methods or learning subscriptions, online learning. Coming to certifications, we have ways of certification. Before August 2020, we were only doing classroom exams and individual testing center exams, which are called as kiosks. But after August, we also got into remote way of student appearing for the exam. So now, today, we are very proud to say that any student can appear for exam from anywhere, wherever he is. He just need to have an internet connectivity and a little peripherals of hardware, which is required to maintain the security and authenticity of our exam certification. Now, okay, so I know the faculty members, students, they might be very familiar with the desktop versions of operating systems, which is not Linux. Now, what is Linux? Why Linux? So there could be a lot of questions. So I am already comfortable with a particular Windows-based operating system. Why should I get into a Linux as an operating system? Why should I learn Linux? Let me give you a little insights where all Linux is useful, why this terminology Linux and things like that. So there is a gentleman called as Linus Torvalds. He is the person first time who developed this kernel. Kernel is nothing but the registry or the code, the base code of the operating system or the platform. This was developed by a gentleman by name Linus Torvalds. That's why the name, and it was based on Unix platform. So it was named as Linux. It was released onto the internet freely, and anybody can download and use it. That's why it's called as FOSS. FOSS, free open source software. Basically, when this software was released, it was basically as a computer operating system. What's a computer operating system? It's an interface between the user and the computer. So operating system acts as an interface. So if I want to store something inside my how, for example, I have a storage device. I have a gold necklace. I want to store it. So I cannot put it inside my house just like that. Okay, it is stored, lock the home. No, no, no. We have to keep it in a secured manner. We have to keep it in a different way. So we need an almirah, and there could be a storage space. So that almirah and that entire space of house that we construct will work. So we have a living room, we have a hall, we have a kitchen, we have a bedroom, we have a dining room. So on the same lines, an operating system will be divided into multiple storage spaces. And it becomes an interface, interactive mode of working between user and the computer. So this particular operating system, which was developed in the form of Linux, runs nearly on any hardware platform. It doesn't need that i3 or a 3-core, 5-core, 6-core, 7-core type of machines. A basic 386, 486 machine also we can run. Primarily, Linux operating system is used on servers. It's a server operating system. And also on certain embedded processor operating systems. Like, for example, if you go to a LIC office, a older LIC office, you will not see a Windows computer there. You can see different numbers entered, and they will just fill some blinking and black screen with white digits. That is basically called as an embedded processor type of an operating system. So Linux operating system are used in those. So Linux, Red Hat Linux, popularly, there are several distributions of Linux, which includes Debian or Ubuntu, Fedora, OpenSUSE. You might have heard about this. Something like this is what is called as Red Hat. Red Hat completely outstands from other operating systems. Reason is because Red Hat is an enterprise version today. Okay. Ramesh, you're talking about Red Hat. I have not come across. Can you tell me, give me a few examples. Where is this Red Hat used? So you start from the right-hand bottom corner. You can look the GPS system of every cab today. May it be a Ola cab or a Uber cab. So all these GPS systems that are available, the entire GPS system functions on Linux platform. Today, the banking, the entire banking may be an international banking or even a localized Indian bank like a State Bank of India, Canara Bank, Corporation Bank, Bank of Baroda, Bank of India. Oh, everybody are working under Linux platform. Even international banks like ICICI, Citibank, or it can be IDBI and things like that. Similarly, the electricity board. From every state, there is an electricity board. For example, in Bangalore, it's called as BESCOM. Similarly, in every other city also, we have electricity board. The entire function of electricity board, how much power should be transmitted in which line, which area, everything is managed by Linux by using certain technologies called as artificial intelligence. So they all run effectively on Linux platform. High-end cars, where there is a lot of automation involved. Again, the development of these automation softwares are working based on Linux platforms. Any ship navigation systems, all ships which are moving in the ocean for long distances, the entire navigation system is managed again by the Linux platforms. You get into a pharmaceutical industry. How many tablets has to be manufactured for which city, at which area, what should be the distribution, how many consumers, how the entire management systems is completely maintained and run, controlled by Linux platforms. Any telecommunication company today, it may be a manufacturing company like Ericsson, it could be even the subscription companies like Airtel, BSNL, Vodafone, they are all relying today mainly on Linux platform. Flight navigation system, altitude management of flights, maybe one flight has to be at 9,000 feet, somebody has some other flight should be at 18,000 feet and things like that. So all of this entire system is managed by Linux. So not only that, even the space research systems like NASA or ISRO, rocket launching processes, everything is controlled and managed by Linux platform. So this is where you can understand, oh, Linux plays such an important role in the world. Go to even the cloud management system. Today, the cloud management, private clouds, public clouds, hybrid clouds, everything is playing a major role. Even the entire cloud management. See, in the second row, there is one boy holding a globe. You can see below that companies like Google, Amazon, and even Microsoft, they power their cloud services with the help of Linux. Film industry, the navigation industry, the transport industry, even mobiles, including Android applications, are running primarily on Linux platforms. Okay, so your students might always ask you, sir, okay, let me learn Linux. After learning Linux, where will I get the job? Where is the opportunity for me to get into a job when I'm learning Linux and getting certified? Yes, the certification title says Red Hat Certified System Administrator. That's the first level. So when you say system administrator, sir, why should I get into a system administration job? I want to become a software engineer. I want to become a software developer, specialist, full stack developer. Yes, sir. Linux platform certification will help you to gain knowledge and jobs in artificial intelligence, or it could be machine learning, deep learning, cybersecurity, IoTs, virtual reality, augmented reality, software engineer. That means this acts like a platform. So this is very, very important base. If you look at the top skills the companies mostly are looking for during 2020, even it could be the hard skills or the soft skills. Soft skills, of course, everybody should have, but the hard skills is all under these titles and verticals that we are talking about. Everywhere Linux plays a major role. Okay, now the question. Okay, let me assume that I will do Linux training and certification. What are the packages that I can expect being a student, a fresher? Yes, your packages will be in the range of 4 lakhs. Cognizant generally pays for system administration at about 9.5 lakhs per annum, or it could be IBM which pays about 4 lakhs, or Infosys about 4.5 lakhs plus, and things like that. So these are all not that I have typed this matter. This is Google search. It could be pay scale search or a Google search. You can also search yourself. There is a little deviation now, but it is on the upside. Okay, what is this certification? What is this global certification? So whatever the degree, you are an engineering student, you are a graduate student, you are a diploma student. After your graduation, that is your degree. Whereas whenever you appear for an exam like Linux, or it could be Microsoft or Oracle or a Citrix, any of these certifications, when you take that certification which is valid beyond India, beyond a university, is called as a global certification. Red Hat's Red Hat certifications are all called as global certifications. What is the benefit of getting into these certifications? You get hired faster, you get job retentions, you get promotions faster if you're keeping your certifications up to date. You'll get more networking opportunities. You'll be at par with the new technologies and the current technologies. You get some partner programs, renewal and retentions, professional credibility, because when you are in a professional organization, you should continuously develop. You should continuously get upgraded and upskilled. Unless and until you don't upskill, you will not have promotion opportunities in the company. That's where the personal goal, and that's the corporate requirement today. That's the professional requirement today. You keep upgrading, you keep incremental in terms of salary packages, or even in terms of along with experience. There were days in the past, once only experience is important. No, now it is not only experience, you'll have to also be at par with the industry in terms of technology upgradations. That is where certifications comes into the picture. Now the question, okay, which industry will basically hire a student who finished Linux certification? The opportunities are plenty. It starts from internet. It could be a Netflix, Amazon, GoDaddy. It could be a finance organization like banking. It could be insurance organizations, healthcare, airlines, e-commerce, oil and gas, telecommunication, transport. Of course, ITES is also there. I'm talking about Infosys, TCS, IBM, Red Hat. Oh, it's really very, very large. The opening, you need not have to worry that, okay, if I become a system administrator, I have a limited scope. Absolutely no. And there is a little apprehension from the students' mindset that computer science graduates will always get an opportunity to get into an IT field. Absolutely, that's incorrect. Even students at BSc, Polytechnic, ITI, BA, BCom, MBA, MCom students, of course, BTech, MTechs are surely given an opportunity, but the opportunities are not limited to them. Even BCA, MCA is also capable of. How? How is it? Anybody who wants to get into an IT job, please upgrade your technical skills. Have few global certifications. That is most important. Let me tell you an example, a live example. Myself, I am an engineer, Ramesh Padmanabhan, but I am not a computer science engineer or an information technology engineer. I'm a mechanical engineer for your surprise. Even though being a mechanical engineer, you can understand I am heading one division as a director in a company, and that division is related to computer science. So it's not necessary unless and until we are certified. Then you can ask me, Ramesh, are you having some certifications in your past career? Yes, of course. I have written 49 exams, 49 exams, which are global certifications, and I have 19 certifications. Like, for example, there are some courses, for example, if I want to be a MCSE, I have to clear 7 papers. So 7 exams, then I get a title as MCSE. Or when I want to be a RHEL, RHCSA, I have to clear 1 exam, but there are instances where I have to clear 2 exams to become an RHCA. So it's called a certified architect. Or I have to clear 7 exams to become a certified architect. So like that, I'm saying I also wrote exams in my early career. So it's very important for you to upgrade consistently. So most of the market today, so you look at the demand versus the supply. Hiring managers are finding difficult to get open source talent. That is the reason why. So you may have opportunities and you may have scope in front of you to not only work with Red Hat, but there is A, B, C, D, E. Why Red Hat? Today is because 89% of the hiring managers in the IT industry are finding it difficult to get an open source talent. So this is one of the key reasons. Let me tell you an example. So way back in 1 year back during the month of May, one of the telco company came back to us and told, Ramesh, we have an urgent requirement because in the telecom industry, because of this pandemic, the usage of network and the internet services has drastically increased. We need more and more people to hire. I'm having an opening for 720 people. Can you give me profiles who are certified in Red Hat administration, like Red Hat system certified system administrator or certified engineer, or even if there is somebody who can have these two plus a OpenShift certification, wow, that will be great. Please try. And I was really happy, very, very happy. Oh my God, 720 openings. Okay, let me approach hundreds of my partners, 700 colleges I am tied up. There could be a lot of students. Let me reach out to all my partners. I give 1 week time and ask them to pile up the profiles. 720 means I can give 7,000 profiles. I can easily get 720 filled. This is my thought process. Can you please guess how many profiles I might have got after 1 week? For surprise. 0, not even a single profile. I was like surprised. Why? What happened? I started talking to all colleges and also the partners. What I realized is, sir, one who is certified already placed in a company. Why will he come back? That means he's already happy. I cannot find a single person who is completed his degree and who is certified and jobless. So this is the situation. This is what I'm saying. How it is different from supply versus demand. So that means the demand is very, very high. So what I see the reports from Google and IDC reports, or it could be Quest reports, it says we need at least 2 lakh people in the Linux administration or automation framework in the next 1 year. Do you know how many people we certify in a year in India? About 25,000. In this pandemic situation, again, that's also getting dropped because every month, instead of having 500 exams or 1,000 exams, I'm only getting 200 exams because of all these pandemic situations. So that means the demand is really, really, really high. So please think about it. Please encourage your students to get into Red Hat technologies. And today's world, we always look at value add. It is not just the salary. So let's assume you are getting option one, opportunity one, you get a salary, the company is paying you a salary. Opportunity two, your company is paying you a salary the same as what you're getting from opportunity one, but you also get some snacks. You also get some transport facility during your working hours. Or option three, not only snacks and transport facility, you also get some additional perks to travel, or yearly once you get a birthday bash value of 5,000 rupees. You can take your family to a restaurant, eat well, dance, and give that bill of 5,000, company will repay. So, company option one, option two, option three. Which will you opt? Obviously, everybody will opt for option three, because apart from the basic salary, they are getting something called as a value add. Company is providing value add. Today, as a hiring manager, if I go to a college for a campus recruitment, I also look at value add. So if there is a student who is having 70%, 72% marks, compared to a student who is just 62%, but he's having 3 value added certificates along with him. Wow, I would prefer to take that 62% student with 3 value add certificate compared to a 72% student who doesn't have any value add. Because after I hire him, I have to invest on him. I have to spend time on him to bring him at par with the industry. The person who is already having value-added certificates, okay, at least I need to spend so much time and money because he's already certified. So this is where even I don't mind paying a little extra salary, but I can see his productability is much faster than a non at par. But from the academics point of view, he may be 72%, but 62 is not bad. I don't have issues in hiring. This is what most of the corporates are looking at. Now, as Sijin very nicely explained, or our college professor also explained, what the colleges, we are bridging the gap between what is offered in education industry and what is required in the corporate industry or the IT industry. There is a gap. So you may say, then can we connect the colleges? No, it's not possible. During my days, we used to have a gap of syllabus revision once in 20 years. At least now we are very happy that the syllabus gets upgraded every 5 years. But industry gets upgraded every 6 months. Is it possible for colleges and universities to change the syllabus every 6 months? Absolutely not possible. That's where the bridging of these gaps are fulfilled by companies like Red Hat. They come to your organization and then build the gap. How? We provide some additional benefits to the students, and this is available. These facilities and benefits are available only to the students of the colleges or faculty members of that college. Like they get, what are the benefits? They get free access to the HTML content, some discounted exams to the students and the faculty members. Like for example, if the examination fees, I'm just taking an example, if it is 20,000 to a market user or a corporate user, the same will become 10,000 rupees for a student from the college with a college ID, and that college being a Red Hat Academy. There should be an agreement signed between the college and the Red Hat. Similarly, if he is a faculty, because faculty is more close and important for us, because these faculty members are going to act like our ambassadors. Because it's very simple. My own daughter, if I am teaching her some algebra when she was very young, maybe about 6 years, 7 years, I'm teaching some algebra, telling that, okay, there's another method. Why don't you use this method? This is easy. My daughter will say, no. What my teacher taught is only the correct one. What you are teaching is, sorry, not correct. That means students will have so much of trust on their faculty members, trust on their teachers. So the teachers are most crucial people for us. They are the ones who is acting as ambassadors. Hence, for them to get certified, we give 75% discount. We conduct a lot of campus recruitments within the campus. So even Red Hat, now we have a system within Red Hat. If Red Hat is recruiting a fresher from from college, they will not go to any other college other than those which are Red Hat Academy. The recent example, in the month of February, during this pandemic period, we hired about 20 people. All 20 people are coming from our Red Hat academies only. And thanks to IPSR also contributed in 3 or 4 students getting recruited. They are all working in Red Hat now. They are Red Hat employees. On the same lines, just this month, May month, we just concluded a recruitment of about 31 students, freshers into Red Hat on a full-time payroll job. And all these freshers are again hired from Red Hat academic colleges. That means what I want to say is within 4 months, if we could hire almost like 55 students, then there is a very, very large scope. You can always get the best career opportunities. Not only from these our own recruitment, even we recommend our corporates, including Accenture or Cognizant, it could be TCS, Wipros, to come and hire because they get ready-made stuff. They can be productive from day one. So these opportunities are there. So I'll tell you one more example. Recently, one example happened. In the month of March, there was a little relaxation of COVID. So myself and one of my colleague who is there in this call, Gio, his name is. So we both went and visited one of the college in Chennai. So when we visited that college, we wanted to tell her a good news to the dean and the principal of the college. We sat in front of her, madam, I want to communicate something good news to you. Last recruitment cycle in Red Hat, February month, we recruited 20 people, out of which 2 people are from your college. Wow. Principal clapped and she shook hand. Thank you very much, sir. I'm really very happy. But there was a TPO next to me sitting, training and placement officer. She asked him, Mr. TPO, you tell me how many people got trained and certified on Red Hat in the last 1 year? He told, madam, it is close to 90 students. Then she stared at me with a teasing look. Ramesh, you actually told me 2 people got recruited, but we actually have 90 people certified. Why only 2? Then he told, madam, it's not my problem, madam. The problem is with your TPO. Your TPO is so good. How can I help? When I asked for profiles, he gave me only 3 profiles. I told him, why are you giving 3, sir? You have 90 certified people. Sir, unfortunately, all these 87 people are already placed in Accentures and IBMs and Tech Mahindras. Oh my God. That means they're already placed. Why should I give those profiles, sir? I will give only those profiles which are not placed. These are the 3 people, out of which 2 we placed again. So this is the funda of the benefit that you get getting trained and being an academic student. That means the moment. So I'll tell you one more example. During my olden days, during my engineering completion, I came to know Kirloskar is hiring engineers, mechanical engineers. Wow. How many seats? I think they were hiring about 100 seats. I told, oh, I can be one of the 100. And I thought, okay, I will also apply. There is an aptitude test, there is an online test, one written test, and then they will call for interviews. Then I went on the day of the exam. Oh, there is a 2-day exam. There is about 10,000 students. 10,000 students. Then I lost. My heart broke. I thought, okay, out of 10,000, I will be one of them, is it? Oh my God. 100 are the select. So, maximum available is 100 seats. 10,000 people appearing, and I have to be one among those 10,000. Oh, it's very difficult. Today, the opportunity in the industry is 2 lakh. When you are getting certified, 25,000. 25,000 are certified resources at the end of 1 year. But the opportunity in the industry is 2 lakh. See the difference, the demand versus supply. At that time, 100 seats, 10,000 appearing. Today, 2 lakh seats, only 25,000 appearing. That means for 25,000 is for sure. Of course, these 25,000 students should have a minimum of a degree with a good career track and a value-added certificate. So this is the benefit that you get being a Red Hat Academy. So although I told you that we have almost like 45 certifications and 60 different courses, each of these courses will require a lot of prerequisites. Now, these are some of the courses which are available for college. It's not that even the high-end courses are available for college. So for college, in the system administration track, we have RH 124, 134, 294, which is called the system administration level 1, level 2, level 3. If you are interested in cloud computing, we have OpenStack administration and introduction to containers, Kubernetes, and Red Hat OpenShift. If somebody is interested in developer track, they can also go with application development programming in Java or application development implementing microservices architecture. So once the student is trained and if he appears for exam, then he'll be called as Red Hat Certified System Administrator or Red Hat Certified System Engineer, Red Hat Certified Enterprise Application Developer, or Red Hat Certified Enterprise Microservices Developer. These are the 4 different exams that are available to the college student at 50% discount. Of course, your faculty members can still learn and be your tutor, or one of our partner resource can come and still teach. So this is what I had in my last 46 minutes of explanation. I hope you got my message. All the faculty members with folded hands, I request you to put your contribution, get certified yourself, and then be like our ambassadors to support training and certification amongst the students. The moment they support, you know, they will be better placed, better chances of placement. I don't say they will be placed, because they will be placed even if they don't take Red Hat certification. I don't deny that, but they'll have better chances of getting placed.